We're going to do a weekly review, but before we get into that, I want to ask you, what are you going to do? Are you going to actually take the steps that you need to take to become the profitable trader that you knew you could be? Or are you going to sit there and continuously shoot darts to a target, acting like you're a trader, but in reality, you're a gambler because your P&L is telling you that you're not making money, right? So it's important for you to reflect and look at what you did in the week, review it, and make a plan going forward. And then you attack that by what is the market doing? What stocks should I be looking at? Which ones have the best risk to reward? What is going to be my entry? What's going to be my stop loss? Where do I plan on taking profits? These are the questions that most people don't even ask themselves. They wake up, they go straight to the market opens, and now they're scrambling all over looking for stocks to trade, looking what's happening in the news, trying to go into different discords, looking for a signal, right? So that being said, we're going to get into the market review. We're going to get into the weekly review. We're going to look at the sectors that are the strongest at the moment, where you should be putting your hard-earned money into, and the things that you have to do in order to set up yourself for success. We're going to start off with the XLE, right? So we were expecting the XLE to actually break out, right? If we go to the weekly chart, when we do the weekly review, I like to do it on the weekly charts because it gives you a clearer picture of exactly what's going on. Take all the noise out and just focus on the weekly when you're reviewing, okay? So right here, we see that we are above the 50. We have this consolidation here, and we are looking for a breakout, right? So because we're looking for a breakout of this inside week, which is consolidation, now you know that in the energy sector, you want to have ideas that are actually positive above the 50 period moving average and that have a lot of buying so that you can continue to anticipate this breakout with the XLE. Okay, so you want to put those stocks on a watch list because if we have a move in the XLE above this consolidation here, right, above 84.38, then you can really see energy stocks start moving in a positive manner. So XLE is something that you should have on your watch list with stocks that are in that sector, right? And that's the energy sector. Okay. We also have XLF looking to break out here. So right now we're peaking above this consolidation pattern, and we're looking for a confirmation by having this week coming up trade above the previous week. And once it trades above, that will be confirmation, right? So there's two candles that you really look for in any stock and any equity and any chart, frankly, right? So the two candles that you're looking for is full like this, right? Which means that there's a lot of activity, a lot of volume, a lot of selling or buying, or you're looking at candles like this that really indicate indecision and no direction, right? Those are the two main candles that you have to look for. So looking at this, we clearly see that the indecision candle is red, which means bears are not in control, right? And when you see these green candles that are relatively full from top to bottom, meaning that they closed very far away from the opening price, that indicates that there is a lot of buying here, right? We have resistance coming up at this previous swing high. And now we're looking for confirmation to break out of this consolidation here on the weekly chart. So once we get above here, financials have been moving. JPM has been on fire. UPST has been on fire. We've been calling this out in the community for the last 2-3 weeks now. Everybody knows that these stocks right now are moving. Even when the market's going down, those stocks are moving up. Obviously, the tech sector is a little overextended, a little exhausted, and we're looking to see if we're going to pause and then continue to the upside, or if it's going to completely reverse and continue down. So let's continue with these stocks. We have the industrial sector. Industrials broke out a few weeks ago above this resistance here. We're looking for a continuation. The candlesticks look good, right? We had this strong breakout here, which is the breakout candle. Notice how strong this breakout candle is, followed by an indecision candle. Now we're starting to pick up volume here, and we have a higher high, higher low scenario. So this is what we're looking at in the XLI, okay? Now moving on to the XLV, which is the health sector, right? So now we're looking at the health sector, and you see that we broke out in a tremendous way in the health sector. The next resistance is coming up here, where you see previous sell-offs. So the next candle should either break through this resistance, or it's going to kiss it very lightly, and then probably the next week would be confirmation. But as of right now, we broke out, so it's safe to look for bullish ideas inside of the health sector because we're seeing a breakout to the upside. So that's the health sector that we're looking at, right? We mentioned that XLK is now reversing. So if you see it on the chart, it's clearly reversing. We got above the previous resistance here, but we got up here and now we're reversing on heavy volume. That's a little significant. So anytime you have a bullish run or a bearish run and there's a reversal signal on heavy volume, that means that that could be the end of that run, or it could be a major pullback. So not looking too good for the tech sector right now, but let's continue to the XLY, right? Consumer discretionary. So we're seeing a shift. For the last 3-4 weeks, we saw communications, right? We saw consumer discretionary, and also we saw tech very, very bullish, and it was moving very, very ferociously. But now we're starting to see a pause and possibly a reversal. So we know that selling has came into those three sectors, right? If we pull up FinViz, we will definitely be able to see exactly what that looks like. So if I go into FinViz and I simply hit groups, you will be able to see that the money is shifting from technology, consumer, cyclical, and communications into energy, healthcare, and financial. And by reviewing the weekly chart, we literally just saw what this is telling us on the graph. So we can see that the money is shifting from here to there, right? And we want to shift with the smart money. So in order to do that, we have to keep a track of everything going on here and shift with the smart money, okay? So that's why now you start looking at ideas in that area and you start putting your hard-earned money with the smart money. So away from tech, communications, and consumer cyclical, and more towards financial, health, and industrial, right? So we're going to continue here. And obviously communications is also inside, and we have a red candle. So it's not completely inside. It has a higher high, higher low. So, I mean, it's one red candle. It's on heavy volume. I personally think that it might be a pause, but we will have to wait until the charts actually show us what is going on. But immediately that you see the volume increase and the price action is red, you have to be aware that something might be changing. That's all it is, okay? And obviously here we have consumer staples, right? And consumer staples is basically your Walmarts, your Costco's, PJ's, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, right? All these consumer staples. So these are the defense stocks. These are the things that go up when the economy is not doing that great because people still have to buy toilet paper, right? So here we are looking at a little bit of a pattern, and we're heading into resistance around this 77 area. So we have a little bit of room. We can definitely see us get a push to the top of this pattern, and definitely that's a reason why we should have things like Walmart on the list or Costco, right? If you look at those stocks individually, you might see some buying. So WMT is Walmart. And obviously right here, we definitely see bullish action, and we can definitely see a continuation on Walmart. So definitely keep those on your watch list. So a lot of people like to just stick to tech, and that's okay. But it's important for you to recognize that you want to be on the same side as smart money. And right now, smart money looks like they're taking a pause from tech, communications, and consumer discretionary is taking a break. So now you see that it's shifting into financials. It's shifting into industrials and into healthcare. So now you just have to go in and look for stocks in those sectors that have a good risk to reward, that have a lot of buying behind it. And the reason why you do that is because you want to put probability on your side. Yes, you can try to short tech now, but not really a good idea, being that we don't have confirmation that tech is actually bearish. Right now, we don't know if it's just a pause or if we're actually reversing. I mean, I just see so many people who say, I want to be a trader, who say, I want to do this, but are really not willing to put in the work, right? Because it takes work. And anybody who's been through this journey and has gotten to the other side knows what it takes, knows that it takes facing yourself, which is the biggest challenge you're ever going to encounter in your life. So it's important that you level up as a person, level up your mental, right? Level up your relationships, whether it's spiritually or whatever you believe in. But level up, because if you don't level up, then this is not going to work for you. You have to make those hard decisions into saying, I am not applying myself enough. So if you feel like you get a rush from trading in the market, then it's important for you to step away and find help. And if you really want to come back to trading, then it's important that you have a system in place that allows you to have probability on your side, to understand how to read the market, to understand exactly what you're looking at, where you're going to execute, and how to make decisions on call. Because honestly, people don't want to put in the work and they end up in a really scary place. If you are a person that gets a rush out of trading every 5-minute candle, it's important for you to step away from that. It's important to recognize if you are actually profitable doing what you do. Because if you're not, then you're going to be on a roller coaster for the rest of your trading career. Now, if you do this for the rush and the adrenaline and you want to gamble, then by all means, it's your money, it's your life. But if you want to take this seriously, you really need to level up. You really need to find a system and commit to it. And the strategy is not coming from a silly indicator. It's about knowing the foundation of trading, using a system that works and that you can consistently repeat it.